What's going on? It's Dark Art Man, the great. We're back with another boxing conversation. I know I haven't been on for a little minute, but I've been seeing this down my timeline. I've been wanting to cook on this shit, man. So we gonna cook tonight. We definitely gonna cook. Give me 1 second to get my tools ready to cook. Cook. You can see it in my eyes. I ain't coming. Yeah. So I'm riding it with my eyes wide. Hold on 1 second, family. Give me a second, family. Shout out to my dude, the boxing pro. First one in here, man. You're a real one, dude. I respect you. I respect it. Give me a second. I'm over here getting shit ready. Yeah, man. A lot of niggas been faking the funk, bro. So I'm back. I gotta talk about this shit right here, dude. I see the play. Even from dudes I respect. My bad, I just got out the shower, but even from dudes I respect, I see the play from y'all, and that shit is real suspect, nigga. Look, y'all all know Devin Haney is moving up to 140. Unless he gets the Gervonta fight. And you know why he wants the Gervonta fight? He wants that fight because that is the money fight at that weight class for all the glory. Stop trying to push Shakur. Oh, he needs to see Shakur first. Nah, fuck that. Shakur need to see Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney wants Gervonta Davis. The only people who don't want that fight is you niggas, Ellerby, and Coach Calvin. Straight up. And I'm going to call it how I see it. Y'all can say, oh, well, man, that boy, Gervonta, he'll knock him out. Nigga, I want to see it. That shit don't work with me, bro. It does not work with me. Saying, oh, this person is going to knock him out and not push for the fight. It doesn't tell me anything besides y'all want that motherfucker to duck, man. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. Dude, look, I'm about to send a link out because I be on Twitter. I don't even have time to respond to all that bullshit. It's always a million reasons why Devin Haney shouldn't get the motherfucking Gervonta fight. The motherfuckers is fighting weeks apart. They can fight at the end of the year. But y'all acting like that shit can't happen. I don't respect that. I don't respect that at all. Yeah, shout out to my dude, Chef Drew. Man, look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, man. These folks don't want to see Gervonta fight Devin Haney, and it's clear as day why. Because you put Devin Haney in there, That is some. If you put Devin Haney in there with Gervonta Davis, you will see that Devin Haney, skill-wise, is better than anybody that this guy fought. And you can say the same likewise, straight up. The reason why, oh shit, ran out of papers. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's as clear as day why they don't want to put him in there, because you can't just go from fighting all these Hispanic guys and then go in there and fight a prime foundational Black American. It just doesn't work that way. If he goes in there with Haney, it's not going to be what y'all think it is. Everybody's banking on a knockout, ooh, knockout. What if he don't get knocked out? What if it's the 8th round and Gervonta Davis is down on the cards and Haney's up? What are we gonna do then? And time is slowly ticking, or ticking fast, I meant. Then what? Straight up, man. Like, and these dudes, they got every excuse on why Devin Haney deserves hate. So apparently, what's his name? Pops. Devin Haney's father said something disrespectful towards what you call again, Gervonta Davis' mother. And I'm gonna say it like this: it's uncalled for. It is. It's now you took it above boxing and made it personal. I get it. I totally understand that. But one thing I do understand: if you don't like what a motherfucker's saying in the boxing world, and you're in that weight class of him, you can easily settle that shit. Go in there and knock motherfucking Bill Haney's son out. Go in there and knock him out. Go in there and knock him out. It's that simple. If you don't like what he said, a lot of people said they don't like it. Push Gervonta to go in there and make him apologize physically. Make him apologize physically. I want to hear none of this. Oh man, I don't like Devin Haney now. What you mean you don't like Devin Haney now? That sounds like some sucker shit. It sounds like you already didn't like him and you're just looking for another excuse on why you shouldn't like him. Hold on. Because here these niggas talking bullshit on Twitter right now. They talking bullshit right now. Hold on. Let me send this link out. It's always some sucker shit. It's always some, I don't like Devin Haney because his dad said some mean things. Nigga, what? Bro, and I was like, nigga, shut that soft shit up, bro, because this is boxing, man. Dude, Gervonta Davis can call motherfuckers retarded. He could say, motherfucker, he could say all the craziest thing about an opponent. But let Haney or Haney Sr. say something crazy, then it's, oh, I can't believe you would say such a thing. Come on now. Straight up, man. That's some bullshit. Keep it 1,000, man. Keep that shit 1,000. Yeah, man, that's just crazy. Matter of fact, let me see if I can play what Bill said because that shit hurt a lot of feelings today. You know, it hurt some feelings, man. I can't believe he said such a thing like that, nigga. Shut that shit up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, man. Where is that shit at, man? Hold on. Where's that fucking thing at? I hate when I'm trying to pull a clip up and I don't got that shit on there. Okay.
Still skinning them off, but I'm passing them off. Yeah.
This is Bill Haney.
Believe that suck ass someone. Yeah, what I look like, I look old, nigga. Yeah, I look old enough. I look old enough, but young enough to pass on your mama, nigga. Yeah. Put me on the stand me over there, me and the guarantee she gonna choose me, nigga. Little fat. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That me and you stand side by side, you little short fat man. Yeah. Period. Yeah. Still skinning them off, but I'm passing them off. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the clip where he said it, but folks was just mad at Bill Haney. Allegedly, he said something about him being able to have relations with Javante Davis' mother. And me personally, I feel like if he said that, yeah, it's wrong for him to say something like that. And we're supposed to be brothers and stick together and all that shit. But what I love about this sport is if somebody says something to you negative and you don't like it, you can go in there in that ring and whoop his ass for a big payday. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my brother Julius, man. Hold on, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me. Hold on, I can't hear you. You might want to back out and back in again. Hold on, I can't hear you. You might want to back. Yeah, hold on. Let me jump back in here, Julius, real quick. I ain't going to be on here too long, y'all. I'm going to be out here in about another 15, 20 minutes. I just want to chop it up with the family because I see a lot of people trying to push Shakur Stevenson on Devin Haney. Like, the motherfucker don't even have one fight at 135 yet. And this is what y'all trying to push. And I hear these guys, you know, these so-called boxing YouTube guys, you know, who get the checks from YouTube and all that shit. And that's they main source of income. And they on YouTube talking about see, Devin Haney, they trying to sound all educated and all smart and shit. Devin Haney, he's aligned with Top Rank. So that means Bob Arum ain't gonna let him do anything. He might as well fight Shakur, because Shakur is already on that side. Nigga, shut that shit up. And I know, bro, y'all know who I'm talking about. The guy, you know, he comes on here, he's supposed to be killing people's narratives and all that shit. But yeah, I respect him, but I don't respect that because that is some sucker shit. Talking about he's aligned with Top Rank. And you know, Bob Arum ain't gonna allow that. He ain't gonna allow it to happen. Like, man, shut that shit up because y'all know damn well this is the last fight with Top Rank with Devin Haney, man. Stop playing fucking games, man. Just say it. Just say it. You don't want to see Devin Haney in there with Javante Davis for obvious reasons. Just say it, man. All this, you know, Top Rank over there on that side, they handling business. They making sure that Shakur Stevenson is up there. So they gonna try to make Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. Shut that shit up, man. Y'all know damn well the reason why Devin Haney wants to fight Javante Davis. If he's gonna have to kill himself to make weight to stay there, he's gonna make weight to fight motherfucking Javante Davis. Stop it. Stop it. Seriously, stop it. Motherfuckers out here trying to sound all smart and shit. Trying to be articulate and shit, man. Cut that shit out, man. Talking all this shit, man. Motherfuckers gotta see him, man. You gotta see him. I don't want to hear no, oh man, because Haney Senior said something personal. No, I really don't want to see it now. I really don't want to see it now because he has no respect. He has no respect and all that shit. Yeah, I'm about to smoke my little bleezy and get up out of here. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all. But that shit's crazy, man. Like, hold on, cuz. I gotta play this shit. I gotta play this shit. I definitely gotta play this shit because let me tell you, this is what really prompted me to get on live and start talking.
Hold it. Haney should be fighting the winner of this. What? Haney has a fight against a very good fighter. You don't know what's going to happen with that. But he also has a very good lightweight who just came up. You know, he's a full-fledged lightweight now, making his lightweight debut this weekend, right? Yeah, he's making his debut this weekend, and he's a very good fighter. And they have another young fighter over there, Keyshawn Davis, another very good. So he has a lot of pieces over there.
Y'all hear this? LB is literally trying to say, man, I mean, I know they should fight, but there's some good fighters on that side. Nigga, shut that shit up, man. Stop it. Stop.
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right, just make sure.
Man, did you hear that shit from LB, bro?
LRB been saying that bullshit for years, dog. Like I said, the Ryan Garcia fight debunks every reason they said that Tank and Devin could never fight. Ryan has all the same qualifications Devin Haney, as far as his business situation. So they basically snitched on themselves. We didn't put the duck narrative on Tank. Tank and his team put the duck narrative on him when they signed to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not a free agent, and Ryan Garcia fights on the zone. Y'all said those two things prevent any sort of Tank fight, and you chased him not only once but twice. Y'all snitching on yourselves at this point. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think?
Exactly, bro. Ever since I've been calling this shit out, just posting clips of what they're saying. Folks are saying that Art Man is a Tank hater. He, I'm a Haney supporter. All that shit.
You don't get it. You don't get any bitches or money like Tank, so you're mad because Tank gets all the bitches and money.
These niggas so crazy have the audacity to say that Haney is copying Javante by wearing shades. Why this nigga wearing shades?
This shit is nuts, bro. I'm like, do you know how many people have worn shades to fuck wins? Like I said, Tony Harrison did the same shit to Jamel. Is Tony Harrison copying Tank? Tyson Fury wore shades with fucking Deontay Wilder in one of the weigh-ins, and he wore a hoodie. Is Tyson Fury copying Tank? Does he want to be a street nigga like everybody else? Like, I don't understand. Bro. And also, one thing I want to point out is that y'all got to understand the difference between street dudes and people that grew up in poverty. Just because a nigga gets some tattoos and he's from a bad neighborhood does not classify him as a fucking street dude. Like, look at Jay Prince. Jay Prince ain't no real street nigga. He's a rich kid. I mean, Tank grew up in poverty, but Tank is not involved in any organized crime activity. And I don't know why y'all keep wanting to put that jacket on him. It's fucking weird. He's a professional athlete.
Because you got to understand, D-Hive, it's because he's from Baltimore, a place that's known to have, that type of energy. And he got all these tattoos and knockouts, and he's catching cases and shit. So of course, folks gonna be like, "Oh, you see, that's a real nigga right there, a real gangster nigga. He a real gangster."
That
Like,
shit is
bro,
corny. I live 25 minutes from Baltimore. Ain't nothing sexy about that shit. Nothing. The shit is I mean, it's getting better, but all the shit, it fucking sucks. It's terrible to look at. You can't nigga, but it's terrible. That's nothing to be proud from, and nothing to be proud of. And again, this is why I said Tank is working his ass off, so he never has to share a zip code with any of you niggas, any of y'all. Tank will never live next to y'all ever. So just drop the bullshit. It's the same thing y'all trying to do with Shakur. Oh yeah, Shakur really like that. He really like what? He's a fucking professional athlete who was this Gonzalez's sister. He's just a kid that grew up in poverty. That's all. Talking about, oh, he really liked that. Really like what? Like, shut the fuck up. Fucking grown ass men are groupies. Shit is aggravating. Oh shit, look at him. He really like that. Yeah, that boy Cole. He's fucking a kid. He's a child.
I was talking to my pops because my pops, I was getting my hair cut and I put on the all access. My pops was like, "Yeah, man, I can't wait to see that Gervonta Davis fight against Ryan Garcia." And I'm like, "Man, pops, you know Ryan Garcia really not like that for real. Who Gervonta
Ryan
Davis
Garcia fucking sucks.
He needs to be fighting Devin Haney." You know what pops told me? He said, "Man, I'm just keeping it on with you, son. I don't want to see Tank fight no niggas, man. I just want to see him keep on whooping on these Mexicans." And you know, I say, you know what, pops? I respect that because you're open with it. These other niggas are making every excuse under the sun why this guy Haney doesn't deserve a fight with Gervonta Davis.
It's crazy because then Tank fans will say Tank's fans will say crazy shit like Barrios is better than Ryan. So you're admitting this is a fucking step down. You're like, oh shit, Barrios is bigger than Ryan Garcia. Barrios have more skills. Okay, so you're admitting this is not a step up fight. You're admitting he's stepping down there. Oh well. Actually, it's like, nah, nigga, you like, that's what I'm saying. Dumb niggas need to shut the fuck up.
Look, don't get it twisted because a lot of fans, they like to twist my words and say, "Oh, Hartman's hating on Gervonta Davis." Gervonta Davis is going to get full-fledged credit for beating Ryan Garcia by me. He's going to get all the credit in the world. Yes, you stepped up and fought this superstar, and now you're on this other level of stardom. I'm going to give him respect for that, of course. But what I'm not going to do is saying, oh, because he did that, he doesn't have to fight Devin Haney.
Exactly. And the thing is, too, it's not about the belts. And you want to know why? Because Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a single solitary belt, and all you dudes think that Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter at 135, and you want Devin Haney to fight him even though he just got to the division and didn't have a fight. So it's not about the belts. Even if Devin Haney
hasn't even fought yet at 135. He hasn't even stepped on this. Wait, did the weigh-in was today?
I was so busy, dog. I didn't even really watch it. But also,
today
for breaking
he officially
news,
stepped on the scale and weighed 135, right? So,
right.
Y'all already calling for him to fight the champion. Y'all saying he's the best at lightweight, and you haven't even seen him perform at lightweight. It's just nuts to me.
Literally. And you know what's funny? Breaking news. I just watched an interview from Bill Haney with 78 Sports. Bill Haney said that the Lomachenko fight, that was all just talk. Lomachenko wasn't necessarily on the menu. They asked for the best that Top Rank had to offer, including Shakur Stevenson, because it turns out that Shakur Stevenson's coach is who got Bill Haney into the business. That's why Devin Haney was able to spar Shakur Stevenson when he was going to the Olympics. And they asked, hey, you want to put Shakur Stevenson in the mix? Bob Arum said no. So it's like,
but you know what, D-Hive?
What?
Now I'm starting to see this narrative. Bill Haney is a liar.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's what I'm hearing now. Man, that nigga always capping. He always capping. He a cap. He just be lying, and it's corny. That's what I'm hearing these days, D-Hive. And you know what? I just take that shit with a grain of salt because it's like this. He could be lying. But I have yet to see a nigga come out and say that nigga is lying and show some legit paperwork or legit response to that shit. Like, oh, that nigga's legit lying. I don't see none of that shit. None of it.
Right. And also one thing too, the sparring footage where Haney and Shakur sparred and Shakur was getting off on Devin, that footage is public and it's been public for years. So Devin Haney doesn't have anything like, oh, I don't want the footage to get out of me losing some sparring. He's already got footage out like that. So all you gotta do is post the sparring and then we can be good. And another thing is too, he has no incentive to lie because like he said, Shakur Stevenson's grandfather got him into the business. So he could just come out and say, oh, that's a lie. Now get out of here. That's the, he could just come out and debunk it. But, they said that they asked and then for Shakur Stevenson, if they wanted that to be on the docket for a potential extension. And Bob Arum said, no, I don't know what that's about, but that's what he said. And he could be a liar. But answer me this. Tank said that he wants the winner of Devin Haney versus Kambosos and then schedule 2 more fights. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Brother Julius,
why
what's up, man?
Why would you do it? Hey, Julius.
Hey, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you just fine.
All right, cool. Hey, man, I know y'all cooking, but I gotta say one thing, man.
Go ahead.
My brother, Bill Haney, man. Hey, look, I feel you on you don't have to be friends to fight. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you the same color or whatever. But I'm just wondering, did because maybe I missed the press conference and missed a couple things. But what did he say about what he was gonna do to Lomachenko mother?
Oh,
just wondering if he was gonna have sex with her too.
Now, Brother Julius.
Just asking
you
for
know,
a friend.
You know when it comes to dealing with somebody who don't want to fight you, you gotta poke that motherfucker until he's ready. You being the old school brother, you know the Muhammad Ali's, you know the Sonny Listons.
Hey, look,
you know that.
And Muhammad Ali was wrong.
Pulling guns out on people.
Hey,
right?
Let me say this. And Muhammad Ali was wrong with what he did to Joe Frazier. And you see how that didn't age well when he was calling them gorillas and stuff like that, because he sounded just like the white people races that he talked about. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a way to do it. He could talk about Tank, call Tank fat, call him gay, call him whatever you want to. Leave the mama out of it.
That's true.
And here's another thing. He has a lot of energy towards Black Americans. But I don't see that same thing when I deal with Europeans, Eastern Europeans, white Americans. I don't see it.
You know what? I'm gonna challenge that.
Well, that's not true because he got on Lomachenko's father off.
1 second, D-Hop.
Well, I missed it. What did he say about it?
Hold on 1 second. I don't think it's just towards Black Americans. I think it's towards a specific camp that's avoiding his son. Well, and I understand. Look, I understand what you said was very offensive, and it's wrong. I agree. But this is the sport of boxing. You don't what the man's saying? Tell your son to get up in there, and she gonna get his son, and they gonna go in there and scrap. And that's that. Here's
my thing, and I will say this, and I know where you're going. I agree that Tank Davis taking the Mayweather approach, the money Mayweather approach, is not the best look. Not fighting any Black American fighters specifically. Because D-Hive, you heard me say this before I took a break for about 7 months. Listen, it's nothing wrong with Tank Davis wanting to sprinkle in the Ryan Garcia fight, but you got to wipe out everybody. And Mayweather, being the promoter, knows that, because in his heyday, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, I mean, just go back and look at his record of killers that he fought of all different races. Hey, Tank Davis got to step it up. Also, I say this with Devin Haney: if a fighter's not gonna fight you, you can't just fight everybody. If Tank Davis don't want to fight Devin Haney, then Devin Haney should just fight everybody else. And at some point in time, it just get to the point. Look, Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe never fought. Riddick Bowe ran away from that fight. He fought everybody except Lennox Lewis. And Lennox Lewis just had to say, you know what? Forget it. Let me just fight everybody else. And if what you're saying is that Tank is gonna do that to Devin, then Devin should fight everybody else except, you know what I'm saying? And just forget about it. You can't make people fight you.
Yeah, but yeah, no. At the press conference with Lomachenko, he called Lomachenko's father and he said, y'all been over there ducking and dodging, and we had to chase y'all around the world, but finally we had to threaten you to get you, in the ring after all this time. So now the duck hunt is over. He was grilling them for a little bit, while they was on stage.
Well, man, the reason that Lomachenko taking this fight is, hey, the writing's on the wall. This guy already knows that he is at the end of the road. So when guys get at the end of the road, D-Hive, it seems like they get the most courage because they want to get them paydays to go out that door, man.
Right, I agree. And his only other options are either to fight Tank for a lot of money and probably get knocked out horribly, fight Shakur for nothing and get destroyed, or fight Devin Haney. Yeah, or fight Devin Haney and just lose regularly. Just lose.
Yeah. Just lose a 12-round decision. Right. Hey, yeah, man.
Make a lot of money and don't get demolished.
Right. And then come back and fight another day. Because trust me, he'll be fighting another day. You know what I'm saying? Now, he, like you say, he get knocked unconscious, he probably won't.
Yeah, I mean he's younger. He's younger than Terrence Crawford, so yeah, I don't expect him to retire. Right.
No. I mean, and listen, man, in this era of fighting, guys are able to fight for a long time because a lot of them don't get savage beatings. Like, it was a time in boxing, I'm not going to call it the glory days or no kind of days. It just was a different time in boxing where a lot of times promoters was cool with sacrificing older fighters to them young guys. They wasn't about all this. And I got to give credit to Al Heyman, but also while I'm going to give him a little criticism, I think it's great that some of these guys got the money that they do. I mean, look at the Charlo's house, man. I mean, it's astronomical, man. These guys are living, they getting paid, but they fighting 2 times a year, and the first fight out of the 2 fights is against somebody that can't beat them, and the second fight is just something that's going to be a little more competitive. It takes too long for these guys to finally fight somebody, and that is my gripe. So I'm with you, D-Hive, 100%. I'm with y'all that let's get all these guys fighting. Like I said to you today, let's get Shakur, Devin, Tank, what you want to match up, let's get it. Let's get it now. We don't have to wait until, what are we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? A super fight is a super fight, whether you're 24 or you're 29. It don't matter. Let's fight.
Yeah, especially when it comes to Haney, when it comes to Haney and Shakur, because with those 2 dudes, the likelihood that you'll get a savage beating isn't that great. It's not like you fighting Tank where the chances of you getting your neck broken are pretty high. It's just Shakur and Haney. All they're gonna do is style on you. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that fight should be next because I'm gonna be honest. I don't see Tank fighting neither one of the guys next. So, and let me say something too. Frank Martin should be up there in them conversations. Frank Martin could be real competitive against Tank or even win the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Shakur too. Or Haney. Yeah, I agree.
Shakur's a fighter that could win a fight against either one of those guys too. I agree.
Well, no, I'm talking about Frank Martin because one thing that I noticed
Oh yeah.
is that southpaws, all the southpaw advantages come when you're fighting an orthodox fighter. But as a southpaw, if you don't also have experience fighting southpaw, the playing
Mm-hmm.
field is either the playing field is either even or you don't have or it's actually you're at a disadvantage. So I definitely
Right.
Frank Martin versus Shakur is some good stuff.
Frank Martin could beat all those guys. They,
Yeah,
I think all of them could actually beat him too, but he actually could spoil it for them because they're going to be coming in as the favorite, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So he could play spoiler. He's a guy that he reminds me of like Winky Wright. You know, we look at Winky Wright now like, oh, Winky Wright, but it was a time when nobody would give Winky Wright a fight.
yeah, and
So
for good reason.
yeah, exactly. They
Yeah,
don't want to get their butt kicked. But
yeah.
yeah,
And
and I
Frank Martin is the type of guy. Frank Martin is the type of guy that if like you can beat him if you had 100%, but if you play with him or you have an injury, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
yeah, or
Yeah,
Oh shit!
I
What's up,
see,
Alan?
I see y'all niggas using Shakur Stevenson as a guard dog. I don't like that shit because it's like, how y'all gonna say this man the best at lightweight? Don't even have a fight at lightweight. I mean, they haven't had a fight at lightweight just yet. He fights tomorrow. How y'all gonna say you the best lightweight when somebody already proved that they're the best lightweight by capturing all the belts, nigga?
hey, look, man,
These
what's
What's
up,
that?
Alan?
I don't know. That's damn. I don't
these are
know.
the same dudes.
Back
These
out.
are the same dudes that were trying to articulate that Devin Haney doesn't deserve Cambosis, but now and Lomachenko should get the fight. But now all of a sudden Shakur Stevenson deserves undisputed just getting into the division off the strength of his name. What the fuck is that? I'm trying to understand.
Well, hey, I said to Art earlier today, man. A lot of these guys don't really know no boxing, man. They just, if they don't like a guy, they just will say whatever if they like a dude. You know what I'm saying? But Lomachenko definitely didn't deserve that fight over, Haney. And look, we see what's going on. He ain't got no other options, or so now he trying to fight for the belt. He don't deserve this. Are they giving
He
him
really
this
don't.
fight or the Ortiz fight? I mean,
Yeah,
let's think
right.
about that. Let's
Me,
be honest. Huh?
I agree, and I was gonna say that I'd rather have Keyshawn get an undisputed shot than Lomachenko's. I can't
Well,
stand Lomachenko.
well,
It makes me so sick.
well, let me say this: 100% Shakur deserved this fight over Lomachenko. I'll say that. Now I don't
Yeah,
know, because Shakur is undefeated coming off. You know what I'm saying? He did miss weight, but I mean he hasn't lost, and he won a belt at two different weight classes without losing. And if I am mistaken, he unified the belts, right? So
yes,
I
at
think he
130. Yeah,
definitely deserve a shot over Lomachenko. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
but
He definitely
yeah,
deserves a shot over Loma.
right, right. But I'm with you, man. I want to see hopefully I would really love. I missed the Cambosis second fight with Haney, but I really think with Haney getting old now, I would love to see him to start to sit down on his punches, man, and start to give some hurting on these guys because um you know in boxing, man, no matter how great you is, and this is with Shakur too, you can't go 12 round, 12 round, 12 round, 12 rounds. Eventually you got to start to stop people because your legs, your arms, your body only has so many rounds in them. You know what I'm saying? You got to start to hurt these guys and knock their butt out. So I hope you know what I'm saying? Huh?
He needs to add a body attack. He has no body
Yeah.
attack whatsoever. The last time he showed us a body attack was with Linares, and even though he had Linares hurt, he just the finishing ability just wasn't there.
Because of the body punches that you talk about. And I think the issues, and this is about how good Devin Haney really is, man, is that when you train with so many different people, man, you know what I'm saying? When you done train with hundreds of different guys ever since you was a youngster, even now, you know what I'm saying? You kind of caught in between styles. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely you got to get body punching. How you think a guy like Pernell Whitaker or even Corey Spinks that can punch, that can't even punch as good as Haney, how they were able to last so long is because, man, when you hit guys in the stomach, the chest, that slows them up. You got to, man.
You got to be consistent with it too.
Facts. What's up, Alan? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Keeley? What's up, D? What's up, Art? How you doing? I'm blessed, man. It's great out here.
I hear you, man.
I've been trying to get in the call and shit on the live and shit, but I've been busy and the time difference is such a bitch that
Where
by the
you at
time
now?
I'm in Japan actually. They stationed me
Oh
out here in
man,
Japan.
what you in the Air Force?
Yeah, I'm in the Air Force.
Hey man, I don't know if you know, but my nephew is out there, man. His name Michael Nixon, but Sergeant, I believe. He in Japan.
Oh really? What
Yeah.
base is you know what base he's at?
I don't know, brother. I'm gonna give you his name. I just gave you his name, Michael
Okay,
Nixon. He's a
Michael.
sergeant. I think he at E6, E7. He been out there in
Okay.
Japan at least 5 years.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
if I remember that name and I see him, I'm gonna tell him I know your uncle.
yeah, definitely. He gonna start smiling and laughing. But yeah, man,
Shit,
crazy you out there.
it's good to hear from you, man. I know you've been
Yeah,
MIA for a little bit. It's good to hear from you, brother. So,
yeah,
uh,
bro. I was gone for 7 months.
yeah, shit, I was gone for a
Yeah,
little bit too. Basic training, and going from that to my technical training to here. So,
right,
but
right.
what's the topic? What we talking about?
Oh yeah,
We're
Shakur
talking
and
about they trying to push Shakur Stevenson on Devin Haney.
Oh
Meanwhile,
yeah,
Javante Davis gets to skate and fight his whole Hispanic community.
yeah. I've been seeing that shit, man. It's crazy because I want to see those fights, but at the same time, it's clearly a narrative to push Shakur on Dev, and Tank gets to fight fucking Ryan and whatever other fucking bum that he's gonna fight. And I fuck with Tank heavy, but at this point, man, it's either you drown or you swim. Like we've been allowing this shit for a little bit. We was like,
Mm,
okay, let him build, let Floyd do his shit, build his profile. He's built the profile now. So after this Ryan fight, I gotta see it. He gotta be about it, because anything other than fighting Dev or Shakur or Frank Martin is a step down. Dev
mm-hmm,
been, they've been talking, going back and forth, talking they shit. Coach Cal and Bill been talking they shit. The time is now. After he knocks Ryan the fuck out, which he's gonna do, no fucking problem.
mm-hmm,
I don't see why it's not the case for one of those fights to at least get made. I'm not particular, or yeah, I want Dev and Tank to happen, but if he fights Shakur next, that's fine with me. He fights Frank Martin next, that's fine to me, because those are good ass fights. But
right.
before he
Oh,
retires,
I'm with you, brother. I'm with
yeah,
you
his
on that because we
Tank
kind
said,
of sick of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah,
look, man. If you and he was too young to start that fighting on Mexican holidays 2 times a year, and you in your 20s. Like, come on, man. I mean, and like I said, I saw somebody throw this stat out there today, and it was facts. Floyd Mayweather fought in it when he was in his 20s one time with the title. He fought like 6 times in one year. Like, you don't need a Mexican holiday, bro, to fight. I mean, come on, man. Like, at some point, you got to start to build a legacy. And we got us as fans, we got to demand that, man. We got to demand that straight up, man. We got gotta say, hey, enough is enough. I love you, brother, but yo, man, we ain't putting up for you fighting another Garcia or Calderon or Martinez. Like, we don't want to hear none of them type of names. You know what I'm saying?
No,
We want to hear Smith, Haney, Martin. You know what I'm saying? Regis
absolutely.
Prograde, somebody.
Because it's not like we don't believe Tank to be able to beat any of these dudes. I've been saying I believe Tank can beat anybody from 130 to 140. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, I've been backing Tank. I've been supporting Tank, and now niggas getting they feelings so much. They act like females behind this shit so much that you say you want fucking Dev and Tank to fight. Niggas got all these excuses. They start trying to threaten your life and shit like that. Man, it's crazy to me how uptight. Like, Tank don't fucking know you. Tank don't know none of you niggas, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and threaten nobody life over another, man. Fuck what I look like, a homo? That's
right,
ridiculous. Absolutely
right,
ridiculous, bro. Tank is 28 years old. You know, he's a
right.
grown ass man. He's taking care of his family. I support Tank 100%. But at the end of the day, man, I believe Tank to do these great things, and I believe Tank can do these great things. Is trying to put the feet to the fire. You know, we've been letting them do these little fights and shit like that. You know, they've been entertaining, great knockouts, great crowds. He's been building his profile. So it's Dev. Let's get down to business. You know what I mean? Let's get down to business. And if you don't want to
Yeah,
see these
man.
fights, then what the fuck are you watching boxing for? Take your
Exactly.
faggot ass.
And here's another thing. We talk and I don't get caught up in this, all right? Because I loved Floyd Mayweather as a fighter. I loved him, you know what I'm saying? Those little, things that he said. But just because he got this thing where Leonard mostly now is doing the talking about we got a program and we're gonna get in front of the most people, this and that. The one thing that a lot of people forget about is, bro, this is competition. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting none of that money that they talking about they getting and all the fan base. We want to see the best fight the best. Why can they do it in every other sport? But in boxing, we ain't gonna get number one and number two. We're gonna get number one against number 11, number one against 9. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, come on, man.
It's Julius. It's multiple avenues to why boxing is so fucked up, or why it is the way it is. But one of the biggest problems that boxing has in and of itself is the fans. You see it with fighters like
Mm-hmm.
Canelo, Terrence Crawford, Lomo, all these other fighters, even Tank. You know, like they make
Mm-hmm.
so much excuses to why we don't get great fights, and niggas want to sit up here and accept fucking bullshit. Like, we like, man, I don't know
Right.
why, but some fans like to be treated like hoes. Like, boxing is like a pimp, just slapping their ass
Yeah,
around for
man.
what they get,
That's
and they are
true.
okay with it. It's
I
ridiculous.
mean,
I can't sit
yeah,
up here and say my fighter's the best and he ain't fought such and such, 1A, 1B, 1B, 2B, shit like that. That doesn't make any sense. You can't. So many fighters have been allowed to skate by and do so much bullshit. They get so many defenses, so much, you know, provocative, fans trying to defend their bullshit versus fighters like Deontay Wilder, Stephen Fulton, Devin Haney,
right,
Jermell Charlo, EJ, like so many fighters doing what they're supposed to do while building their profiles, and they get shitted
right,
on. You know how many people are shitting on Stephen Fulton because he's fighting anyway? When Fulton is one of the best fighters out in the sport right now,
right. He
skill
doing the
wise,
right thing.
resume
He's
wise.
definitely doing the right thing.
Like,
Cool boy
what?
Steph is doing the right thing, man, because the only other fight, if he didn't fight Inoue, was him to fight Aleem. And Inoue is more decorated and better pound for pound than Aleem. So there's no problem with it. And he's fighting him. Not only that, if I ain't mistaken, he's fighting him in Japan, right?
He is. He is fighting
Yeah,
in Japan.
so I mean, he's a road warrior, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Tank Davis should definitely look at that. And then it's just something that Mike Tyson has said, man, that I say all the time. He said that these black fighters have to make a pact to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Forget about pay-per-view numbers, because pay-per-view numbers will never be great again with the loading and the streams that they got. It'll never be high. I don't care who you are. If a person can save $80 by putting on a fire stick and watching a fight, they're gonna do it. They're not gonna say, "Oh
Exactly.
no, let me pay this $80 for Canelo or for Tank. Let me pay that 80." No, man. So these guys should fight each other. Why we can get it in basketball, football, baseball, but we can't get it in boxing? This is
The thing is, as
ridiculous,
well,
man.
is that
Uh-huh.
the pay-per-view, the fights to make, the fights that'll make the most money are the ones that are black versus black fighters. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of times, Tank says some shit like, "I'm not gonna let these niggas be built off my back." When Tank, you let Ryan Garcia be built off your back for fucking years, bro. You ain't say shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't say no shit about that. Niggas don't got a problem with you saying shit like that, but you ain't gonna build up another fighter off your back. It's kind of like what Floyd did with Canelo. Floyd could have gave any other fighter an opportunity, but he gave Canelo the opportunity. Canelo fucking lost, and he's seen as the best fighter in the sport, the face of boxing, off of fucking loss. It's
Man,
ridiculous.
Alan, you talk like you about 50 years old, brother. You right. You 100% right, man. Hey, and listen, black folks have allowed this not just in boxing, but in a lot of things in general. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when music, you know what I'm saying? These guys be the greatest. They started rapping when they were 6 years old, and they were writing rhymes all night. Soon as they start to get paid, they got to go and see an executive, a white executive, to put them on. You know what I'm saying? And take all their money. And that's exactly what we get in boxing, man. Tank Davis will make all these paydays for all these Spanish fighters. And I'm gonna bring Bill Haney in there too. These guys will get out here, and when it's time to talk about the black guy, instead of lifting them up as a great competitor that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna sell a pay-per-view, they crap on them, and then the Spanish fighters, they talk so pleasant to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even that trash talk
And
is respectable trash talk.
in my opinion, Julius, our niggas is so weak
Mm,
nowadays, man. They be tiptoe. They so quick to, like you said, tiptoe around the shit when they fighting the other. But when it comes to a brother, they so quick to shit on us, man. We shit on each other so
mhm.
bad. I understand talking trash and shit is one thing, but at the same time, it's like you don't give that same energy to these other fighters, man. What are you so scared of? Niggas want to be so accepted by everybody else, but they forget their fan base, and that's the problem with boxing. Another problem with boxing is that it disrespects his black fan base. It will never be as popular
Mhm.
as it would be if it lifted up his black fan base, if it respected his black fan base. Boxing doesn't respect black fight fans. It does not. That's why
Mm-mm.
it's the position that it is now. Who do you think runs the culture, the rap, sports?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trends,
Hey, let me
fashion.
ask you a question. Do Louis Vuitton, which they disrespect the black community all the time, but all those people cater to the black community. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to sports, even in sports, you look at basketball. You think the basketball don't sell to the black community when they doing these tennis shoes and stuff? Who gonna buy them?
Look
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Look at the most popular sports in the world, in America, whatever fucking metric you want to use, and look how they market to their black fan base.
Right. Except boxing.
Exactly, except boxing. Boxing is the only one that shits on the black fan base for others. It don't make no sense to me. It doesn't. It's ridiculous. And boxing will never, ever, ever pick itself up by its own 2 feet and walk on its own again without support from the black fan base. You look at the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, back in the
Hmm.
old days, look at how they represented the
Hmm.
black fan base. They supported the support from the black fan base. It's ridiculous. It's a problem. It's one of the problems that can solve itself. But we got to want better for our money, our dollar. And this isn't just a boxing thing. This is a community thing. We got to want
Right.
better for our power, you know. But
No doubt.
if
No
if
question
niggas
about
want
it, man.
if these black people want to accept it, Julius, I can't do nothing for them. I'm not trying.
Hey,
I'm not
look.
trying to convince nobody that don't want to learn. Fuck all that.
Hey, look,
We gonna
man,
do what we
it's
do.
just like when Art Man, we was talking about Art Man business, and this was during the early days. I had just kind of met Art Man. I didn't know him like that. I just knew it was a brother talk sports that liked to draw, and you know what I'm saying, and make T-shirts, and you know what I'm saying. And I saw
Where's
the
that
hate
nigga
that
license?
people, yeah, people want to see license. They they were talking about making phone calls to, you know what I'm saying, to
Yeah. How
licensing and
you gonna get Art
branding.
Man sued? So you know what
Yeah,
happened
want
though?
to get him sued,
You know what happened?
huh?
Right after that, that's when Alicia Baumgartner contacted me for some art pieces.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I said, you know what? I think that was free promo. Because you niggas are
Yeah,
stupid, man. Posting my shit. You can't deny
yep.
the art.
That
It's good
was
talent.
that was a
Good art.
little over a year ago, and
Oh yeah.
you know,
We
man,
did
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Pay me top dollar too.
But
Smack shot.
that's the thing I'm saying though, man, is that as black people, we got to rally around in this fight game. We can make our boxers mega stars. Like I say all the time, this ain't nothing. I'm not trying to sell game. I'm just talking the truth. When Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks, right? It was almost 70 million people watched the fight. But here's the thing. It ain't about just because of how many people or because it was Ali. It's the fact that it was on broadcast national TV where all the eyes. What's the most watched Earl Spence fight in his career?
the most watched.
The most watched Earl Spence fight.
Versus Bundridge.
I'll tell you. Huh?
It was
When he
Bundu,
fought
right? It had
Bundridge.
6 million eyes on it.
Bundu, exactly. When he fought him right after the Olympics on NBC, man, that's the best. That's look. If they had had that fight on Showtime, HBO, anywhere, it wouldn't have been. But because it was on NBC at that right time, millions of people watched Earl Spence that day more than any other fight he had in his career, man. He got known. Also, Charlo, Jamal Charlo. What's the most watched Jamal Charlo fight? It was the one he fought Cornelius Bunridge on NBC, and he knocked him out. The most eyes ever on Jamal Charlo. Like man, we gotta. I mean, look at the Sean Porter and Danny Garcia on CBS in the prime time. Like people be telling me, "Oh man, you need pay per view." Bro, have you ever seen an NFL Super Bowl or an NBA championship on pay per view? I'm
Mm.
just saying, maybe I'm lost because I don't think I ever seen one of them games, any NBA Finals game, pay per view or Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
It's it's such a slippery slope, but at the same time, the solution is so clear cut. And like anything else, like it's always in our face.
Right.
You know, these fights, for instance, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Imagine if Earl
Mm-hmm.
Spence, Terrence Crawford going on now, and like they had planned, they were able to have a media day, just like Ryan
Mm-hmm.
Garcia and Tank having. You know how big that fight
Mm-hmm.
would be just off that shit.
Super big,
But
man.
Bud didn't want to sign. The Bud don't want to sign the contract. He don't want that fight, man. I don't care what none of
You know
these
why?
Bud
Because
these people. Go ahead, Julius.
I I kind of hate a portion of this era. Everybody thinks the O means something. Like the O doesn't mean as much as people emphasis people put on it, man. You can be a legend with a loss. Like that's the one thing that Floyd Mayweather, when he be talking, oh, it's 2 ways to beat him, it's 7 ways to beat him. That's kind of crazy talk because man, I'm telling you, bro. Um, there's nothing wrong with a L. If you get a loss, you get a loss. You come back and you fight again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that Terrence Crawford is looking at the situation like, man, I could lose this fight. Well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I see a little bit of that with Tank, because I think Tank want to take certain fights, but at the same time, he listening to other people, but it's also him too. Because if he really want to take them hardcore fights like that, he'll
You can.
overrun. He'll be like, nah, I ain't taking this fight. I'm taking that fight.
Tank has the
So
same
he's
power that
cool with it. Right.
he can fight anybody, anytime, anywhere he wants, and it'll sell
Mhm.
out.
Right.
That's why I'm not making no excuses for Tank fighting this dude. Tank can fight whoever the fuck he wants. There's no way that Haney, Shakur, or Frank Martin gonna turn on the fucking Tank Davis fight.
It's facts.
There's no
Facts. They'll
way.
take it. They'll
Tank
take it on
says, you know
short
what?
notice.
Tank say like, you know what? Fuck it. Dev, you've been talking all this shit. Shakur, you've been talking all this shit. Frank Martin, I want you next, man. I'm sending the contract. He send the contract. They sign whatever. It don't matter. The bag come with it. The notoriety come with it. But because they all got potential to beat Tank. They all have potential to
Right.
beat Tank.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be easy, but they got the potential. Plus the bag that'll come with it. Imagine Dev and Tank on a fucking media tour like Ryan and Tank is now, talking they shit.
It's gonna
Shakur
be
and Tank.
heated. It's gonna be
That's gonna
heated. And yeah, and I could see a couple, brawls before the fight. You know what I'm saying?
maybe.
I want to see it.
I want to
But
see
I'm
it.
gonna say this though, Art man. I'm gonna say this to Art man because a lot of people been saying about Shakur and that he hasn't proven himself at 35, and I agree. But I actually think this is gonna be his best weight class that he'll ever be at. Like I think this is his optimal and his best weight ever is 135. I think he's gonna shine at 135. And I think that after Haney after he beats Lomo, he needs to next fight need to be Shakur or Tank because he need to get out of 35. I continue to say it, man. He ain't fighting the best he can because he's fighting too low in weight. He needs to move up.
Who you talking about?
No, I was saying that Devin Haney. I said that
Oh,
Shakur 135 is going to be his best weight class, and I said that at 135, I think that when Haney beat Loma, he needs to either fight Shakur or fight Tank, or he needs to move up because I don't see his body continuing to make 135.
no. Dev needs to move up to 140 after it's said and
Yeah,
done.
I
So
mean,
does Shakur.
yeah. Actually, he probably could move up to 47, but I agree he probably go to 40. Like, look, man, guys were a
Right now.
little more courageous in the day.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yep. Yep. You look at Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas
Look at
Hearns, Robert
look at
Duran.
Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley went from 135 straight to 147. He said, "Man, I can't make 135. What makes folks think I can make 140?"
Mm, yeah, that's true. It's just a different breed. Like it's a different time too, Julius. Like a lot more,
Yeah, I
sucker. A
know,
lot of
man.
shit is accepted. You know what I mean? Like fighters are allowed to be babies and shit like that. You know, excuses are allowed to be made regardless of facts being presented against those excuses. You know,
Yeah,
people are allowed to
I see
escape the
it every
blame.
day.
They pick a side and they run with these weak ass narratives because of weak ass mainstream media. No credibility, no accountability. It's ridiculous, man. But I
I
think Dev
agree.
should go to 140 first because it's a lot of people that I don't think he can beat right now at 147. If he
Yeah,
were to jump straight to
I
147, I
mean,
don't think that's good for him.
yeah, okay, he gonna go right straight to Boots Ennis and what I'm saying, the Earl Spences and I hear it. I mean, I hear it. And I mean, hey, Tank Davis need to be at 140 himself. And I'm kind of disappointed in the brother a little bit because at this stage of his career, being 27, 28 years old, man, he's supposed to be at Devin Haney's door knocking. Like, you're a champion, so you don't have to call out a contender. At this point, as great as Shakur is, as good as he is, he's a contender now at that weight class. Tank got to go straight to Devin Haney. Like, come on, man. That's the only fight he should be talking about, unless he's going to move up and fight whomever the champion is at 140. If he ain't talking that, I don't want to see another Isak fight.
Nope. No more Leo Santa Cruz. No more Mario Barrioses. No more none of that shit, man. It's too much at stake. You know, if Tank want to retire, like, and I don't hold Tank to this. He said he want to retire. He said he wants Shakur and Dev, and then he retire. I don't need that. I don't need anything else from him if that's the case. If that's what he want to do,
yeah, that's what he want to do. Go ahead. I agree.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree. If he want to take them some fights, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. That he got, it's just like anything else. A drug dealer say all the time, man. The reason is because that money is coming so fast and easy. It's easy money, right? So what makes people think he's gonna retire and he continue to Ryan and Isak Cruz and all those, he gonna continue. If he can fight them and make money like he making, drive those Bugattis and all those, and it's only gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't gonna stop. You know what I mean? He like a drug dealer now, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mr. Boston, he said that his time watching AB was on NBC. And I know he talking about the Sean Porter fight. Yeah, and I see your boy JT said that Devin gonna be a killer at 40 and 47. I mean, you got to, man. It's easier to fight your weight than it is to continue to lose and deprive yourself. Like, I mean, I worked out, man, but trust me, brother, it's hard.
Absolutely. It's way harder. And salute PGH Big Dog. It's way harder because you sapping strength, energy, minerals, the things that you need, your body needs to be electrolytes. You're taking that away from your body every time you're going down in weight. And it's not optimal. Mm-hmm. The longer your body will be able to take it for a while, but then, especially if you're around my age, I'm 22 years old. And you're still growing into your man strength, your man body, and things like that. The more you try to take away the nutrients needed for you to grow, for your body to naturally grow, the more detrimental it's going to be, especially with a sport like boxing where your body's taking that punishment nonstop. It's taking all types of punishment. Your life could be ended in a boxing match. So it's like Earl EJ said that making 147 is hard and it's not fun. And he's pretty much at his threshold. So that's why he wants the Bud fight so bad, because he can't make the 147 for much longer. He's been making that shit for like 10 plus years.
Right. And he actually been making it longer than that. But, hey, look, man, it's a fighter that, I know that people heard about, probably ain't seen him fight because, heck, he got hurt before he was born. But, right? And because he used to wear the rubbers, do a lot. Those rubber suits and stuff, man, taking all that, water away from his brain and all that stuff, man. Hey, look, That stuff is straight dangerous, man. Straight dangerous. And that's why, if you can't fight in weight class, man, it's best that, either you get out of boxing or something, because, you know what I'm saying, you got to fight near your weight class, because one night, like you said, something going to happen where your body ain't going to be able to get up, and somebody going to be beating you, and you're never going to be the same again. I mean,
Nope.
just what it
It's
is, man.
happens all the time, so many fighters, they don't make it, or worse, they're paralyzed, they're punch drunk, they're not the same.
Yeah.
And draining your body has something to do with that as well.
Oh, my man Cozy. Live next week, man. I haven't went live yet, bro, because been getting in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Been out of the boxing for 7 months. I had anything that I missed. You know what I'm saying? I've been back, and I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. You
I'm
know what
gonna
I'm
be honest
saying?
with
So yeah.
I well, like, by the time I spent away from boxing and boxing Twitter and shit, I don't miss it. I didn't miss it. I came back and I'm like, damn, I see why I was off this shit for so long. I see why I don't tweet as much as I used to. It's just I can't deal with it, man. It's too many fuck niggas. It's too much fuck shit on there, man. I took a break and
Bro,
been as active
yeah,
because
I agree.
I've been living life, Julius, and it makes you see.
Yep.
I already knew, but how irrelevant a lot of this shit is. Or how much
Mm-hmm.
people complain about shit. They act like bitches over this shit. This shit don't even matter. You know what I mean? I just want to
Doesn't
see the
matter,
best.
bro. That's it.
It
And
don't.
it really don't matter. But you got so many people that want to be a superstar, or they want to be, I don't know what they want to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them want to live out their dreams through other people. And that ain't me, man. And nah, I didn't miss, the boxing game like that. And I sure didn't miss boxing Twitter like that. I miss going live, talking to people, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Get people you can talk to, but as far as that Twitter thing and all that, it's just a bunch of nonsense, man. And people up there talking, nonsense and tough talk and all that. They ain't gonna do nothing. But it's just dumb, man. And like you
It's a
say,
lot.
when you yeah,
It's sorry. It's a
yeah,
lot of
life
people, man.
is more important, man.
You
Yep.
know.
And like a lot of
And
people, I done went through a lot of, but I it minimizes what
it's so much more to life. As far as this internet shit go. Period. Like, it's so much more to life, and I miss talking with my brothers. Like chopping up y'all and shit. But that's about it. Other than that, fuck it all. You know.
that's the only thing I mean, talk a little bit of junk every once in a while, and other
The best
trust
thing though, the funniest thing, Art, is like seeing the shit. When you know what you're talking about, and you know that you're right, and just waiting for everybody else to catch up. It's been so many times I've been on lives and been on fucking platforms and shit, all safe and shit, and then it'll turn out to be right. I just sit back and watch everybody catch up, man. That'd be the funniest shit though. That's funny to me though.
right, no doubt, no doubt,
They
man.
don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'd be like, all right, bet, you know. Then it's seeing the narrative change. It's seeing niggas switch up on what the fuck they was saying, like in real time. That'd be the biggest like wow thing to me, is like you was just talking about this and this and that. Like, for example, the Wilder shit. Seeing so many people switch up on Fury and even Usyk. We've been telling people Fury ain't shit. Fury's a piece of shit for so long, and now it's all of a sudden everybody is on Fury's job. Like they all Fury trained and shit. Like, he's such a scumbag. He's this and this and that. Like, we've been on here this platform telling you like this for like months. a year even, and just
He's
not seeing
all
it. Yeah, he's always been that way, and the racism and
right.
the hatred for other hasn't allowed people to see that. They refuse to see it, even when
Well,
the evidence is
bro,
it's ridiculous.
man, some of my things, right?
Hmm.
Basketball site, but somebody they don't know that stuff was so deep hearted. You know what I'm saying? And I see folks ignore it and continue to support him and all type of stuff, man. Like I said, bro, we be killing ourselves, man. We just get out there and just go wild with it, man. I don't understand.
All right, y'all. I gotta get up out of here. Y'all stay blessed.
It's good.